Well, all right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube, Pastor Dow here. I understand that many of you have been waiting on this tape, and you know that I'm going to be brutally truthful and honest about what's going on. I have a lot of information I need to share with you because reading between the lines of the so-called, freedom of press, which we all know there's no such thing as that, because the press in all forms are nothing but a bunch of spin doctors. But nevertheless, when Hamas went and attacked all those civilians, that was a terrorist attack. I understand that the Palestinian people, and I'm saying something very profound here, because we got four people or four different. I'm gonna use the term that they're used to today. Four different type of classifications. Four different race of people. All right, that's involved in here. We know that Hamas killed innocent civilians and started all of this. And of course, what you won't hear in mainstream news media is how that the Palestinian people has been under 56 years of occupation of nothing but heinous murder and brutality from the Israelis. That's the one thing you won't hear from the West. There's no justification on each side of what's going on. Let's just tell the truth. The Palestinian people have been oppressed by the Israelis ever since their occupation to occupy and settle on that land in 1948, because the United States and Great Britain said they could. And so right now, what we have is nothing but Benjamin Netanyahu committing heinous crimes, war crimes, and brutal murder of innocent civilians. I mean, they had 25 hospitals over there. 10 of them are gone, shelled, bombed, and inoperable. 500 people got annihilated and killed one day. Doctors, patients, cancer patients, all of it. So watch this. I understand that Israel say, okay, Hamas is over there in Gaza. All right? So, but their response is this: kill all the Palestinians, like they have been doing for the last 56 years. It's always the people that end up suffering. You got these, see, Hamas is considered combatives, warriors. And anytime they make an attack on innocent civilians, even though they're Israelis, that's still wrong. It's totally 100% wrong. Oh, excuse me, I don't know. To attack innocent civilians, they're not combatives. But in this case, you can see that at this point, the standard operating procedure for Benjamin Netanyahu and Israel is to wipe the seed of Hamas off the face of planet Earth. And the way that you do that is by getting rid of all the Palestinian people. That is what they are doing. All across this world, all across this nation, all across the world, people are asking for a ceasefire, but there's nothing but words, because it just simply ain't going to happen. The Palestinians still have rocks, and the Israelis have rockets given to them by the United States of America. The people who are really hurting in this are the innocent civilians that are dying heinously. And the West news media refuses to be fair and balanced on the reporting of this brutality that's going on. Now, somebody asked and say, well, what do you do? How should Israel respond when you got a terrorist group that attacked their people? Well, how did America respond? How did America respond when so-called Osama bin Laden was the mastermind of the terrorist attack at 9/11, quote unquote, tongue in cheek? You already know what I believe about that. Well, we actually went and got the terrorist groups. We didn't go and wage war against the Iraqi people. We didn't go and raise war with anybody of a civilian nature. We went after their combatives. But Israel don't care who they get. And now we've got Iran over here shelling U.S. military bases over there. And of course, now the Eisenhower's come. And what does that mean? The Eisenhower's got like, I don't know what, 60s F-18s on that thing. So now America is getting drawn into this war right here because Iran has told Israel, you better stop right now. And, you know, I think what's really bad about this is that Netanyahu has no stop in this whatsoever at all. See, I guess what their philosophy is if you're going to get Hamas, like the moles that they are, then you're going to have to actually go in to the country. You're going to have to actually drop bombs, and you're going to have collateral damage. That's what they call innocent civilians. I guess the ends justify the means. And I tell you, my brothers, and I tell you, my sisters, and I tell you, people out there in YouTube, if you don't think being in America is good for you, look what Israel did. Israel, only 2% of their people, after they had these stringent hoops that they all had to jump through and go through, could actually carry firearms in their country. Strict gun laws. Well, now they're under threat of the Hamas or whoever else or whatever else may be going on. You know what the government did then? They turned around and they armed the citizens and plus gave them bullets, gave them ammo. Isn't that amazing? So let me see. They did the same thing in Ukraine too, except in Ukraine, if you didn't want to be a combative, the president didn't give a damn if you don't want to be a combative or not. They made sure that men got locked down and you could not get out of the country and you will fight and die for this country. And the president, he gets to run around begging for money from all these other European countries in order to try to continue up this war, which it ain't really no war. I told you that Ukraine was going to be turned into an ash heap, and it is. What are you fighting for now? Dust and air? What are you fighting for? And why is everybody always giving him all this money anyway? Anyway, let me stay on point. So you see that when it's a threat and people start attacking a nation, the government don't mind giving you guns. All of a sudden, they don't care about you owning and operating firearms. You need to defend yourself. You need to protect yourself. Then what the hell was it all before then? See, in America, you don't have that kind of problem because, I mean, you got 380 million people in here, and there's more firearms than there are Americans that are over here. And it's only when your life is threatened and you found out that people who claim to be liberals, they ain't liberals no more. After their families start dying, the children start dying, everybody starts dying, you're going to need somebody that know how to run a gun. You're going to need somebody to know how to run a gun in order to protect your sorry ass because you can't do it yourself. And the people in America pretty much know that, hey, I'm protecting me, myself, and I, my homestead, and the people I love. All the rest of y'all do what you got to do. Now, whether we like it or not in America, I understand we are across the pond, but all this stuff you see going on in the world is coming to this land. It's coming to this land. And Americans, you better be ready. Because right now you got all these liberals and everybody that don't want you to be armed, that don't want you to have firearms in your hand. That's right now. But guess what? Wait. Man, let some type of terrorist attack go off in this country. See how fast the government will unfreeze all the ammo that they so-called don't have, because now you got companies out here that don't want to give or don't want to sell ammo to the civilians. You ain't got to worry about them selling them. They're going to sit up there and be having it out on the streets and tell you to come and get it. And the weapons. Why? in order to keep up their sorry little agenda for them to feel safe. Nobody in this world has a right to feel safe. You have a right to defend yourself from all enemies, foreign and domestic. That is your right. But there's always going to be propaganda. There's always going to be people out there putting the spin in. There's two sides to every story. I don't even think at this point, it's like Joe Biden, man. That shell of a sorry president, boy. Yeah, let me tell y'all something. Joe Biden don't give a damn about America or the American citizens. He could give a nickel's worth of rat's ass about it. He don't care. And you're a fool if you sit there and believe and think that decrepit senile kid don't know where he coming or going president. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then we got the House of Representatives. They up here fighting each other half to death, and we still ain't got a Speaker of the House, and you can't get no legislation passed anywhere. It is just nonsensical and chaotic what's going on all up under Biden's watch. Inflation off the chain. Stocks are crashing. Everybody's losing their wealth. I mean, it's just total chaos. This is just like really, truly, tell you the truth, Satan is like tasting blood. He's like, man, this is hey, this is the time for me to make the move right now. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that Israel is going to plan on taking out more innocent civilians, and they ain't going to stop no time soon. They're going to escalate this into a war bigger than what all we think. You can say cooler heads can prevail all you want, but when nobody won't stop shooting and won't stop firing, and now Iran just had the nerve to go and attack military bases, U.S. military bases over there, oh, you really done poked it. You done really done, and look, now I'm over here, look at all these folks right here. American retail theft crisis exploding, especially in California. They're out in California raiding Apple stores. And look what I'm looking at. And I'm seeing all different types of color people. They are just stealing stuff left and right. See, we are under spiritual bankruptcy. We're under moral decay. We are under, look, they even robbing liquor stores. It's just sad. We are in a wicked country where we have actually given the keys to Satan. And what you see taking place in this country is all sanctioned, sad to say, by the people that are my age and above that are so-called lawmakers. We're the ones responsible for this immorality. That's why I teach and preach. You come out of her, come out from among them, get away from these folks. You learn how to train and guard and protect yourself, because there ain't enough police to police all these people that is determined to be lawless. They don't have enough. There's no way that the police can police a mob of people. They're outnumbered. There's just no way. So anyway, hey, I think I said enough here tonight to give you enough to chew on. Tell me what you think.